the degree of information that students will need in a more complex learning environment. We had many very upset students in the first semester because they didn't understand the French grading system, which is based on 0 to 20, with an average grade somewhere around 10 to 12. And they were used to getting, 20 out of 20 all the time, and they weren't getting 20 anymore, and they were very upset. So the sort of problems that we don't necessarily foresee, but that are important to include in the planning process ahead of time, rather than adjusting in the second and third year, if possible.
Yes, yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah, we will add it. Thank you, Crane. Nicole, I think I saw your hand. I don't know.
No, that was just thumbs up for the idea for grading schemes. Yes, it would be really useful. And everyone has them, so it's an easy goal.
Yes, thank you, Nicole. Other questions or information? No. Okay, so we can pursue with the joint European degree label and criteria. So, as a reminder, during the last workshop, we presented the joint European degree label criteria that the European Commission presented on the 27th of March. These are the steps towards a European degree. So on March, the European Commission proposes the European criteria. The next step will be the development of the implementation guidelines, and that's what I was saying. We have to adapt also with these guidelines when they will be communicated. Then each member state will have to choose their entry level. Either we can choose a preparatory European label certificate, which will be an additional certificate that students will have, or the European degree, which will be awarded for students as a qualification following a transnational education experience, either jointly by a group of universities across Europe, by a possible European legal entity established by several universities from different countries. During the last workshop, we presented these criteria, only to know what we have to match with. And we worked on a document on these criteria. We tried to analyze these criteria and to have a feedback from each university on each criteria. And we will need the collaboration of each institution, of each partner institution, to give their feedback after this workshop. So, Alain, if you want to say something about the document, I will share it. Here, up. Alain, do you want me to share the document, or yeah, if you want?
Yes. I'm here. Just
yes. I'm sharing the document. Yes. It's
It's
really yes. I will share my screen. It's better, I think, because you can see the
probably just zoom on the first columns. Probably it will be
yes.
Just look columns A to F and switch the others. Probably people will understand what is expected from them.
Yes.
So just to share with you the European degree label criteria. These criteria have been provided by the European Commission. They have been published 3 months ago, approximately, and part of these criteria may be used for both the European degree label, that we can consider that this label is dedicated to double degrees. If we build joint programs, they could give two outputs. If you have a joint program, the most easier to do is the double degree. That means that any of the partner institution award its own diploma at the end of the process, after the joint program has been delivered and validated by all the students. And the second possibility is that we award a European degree and not a label. And the European degree may be dedicated to joint degrees. So when you've got joint programs, they could give and they could be followed by a double degree. And we are interested by the European label. And if it's a joint degree, we are interested to the European degree. But it's the same criteria. The three first columns describe the criteria, and the first, which is, can you go a little bit down just to see? There are several categories of criteria. So there are three categories of criteria. The first is transnational program organization and management. The second one is learning experience. And the third one is European values. So the criteria have been arranged in this way. And within each category, you can find the criterion and the parameters corresponding to the criteria. So if we look just at the first one, the first criteria is concerns higher education institutions involved, and the description of this criterion is the joint program is offered by at least 2 higher education institutions from at least 2 different EU member states. Of course, if you have a program which has been designed by at least 2 different universities from 2 different countries, you obtain the criteria, you reach the criteria. And this criterion is concerns the 3 levels, 6, 7, and 8. That means for us, bachelor, master, or PhD programs, to make it shorter. And we propose the 4 first columns are the European description of the criteria, and we propose to add some information in column E. It's a kind of ranking of the criterion. Are we able to do that very easily, or it's always done? Of course, if we discuss it within Transform for Europe, that means that we discuss about joint programs within Transform for Europe, and the conditions to be satisfied is that we just have at minimum 2 partner institutions involved. 1 partner institution involved is nonsense within the T4U. So that's very easy if we consider this criterion. And of course, there's a comment about requirements and what to do, decision to make, and comments. So that comments have been proposed by Suela, by me and other colleagues. But of course, the idea is to ask to each of you, to each institution, to add its own comments on each criterion. That's why you find your universities from columns J to I don't know the last value. So each university will find its own column and could add its own comments, telling if it's from its point of view it's easy to meet the criteria or not. And you can see we won't discuss about all these criteria, but of course, if we have put a green point it's that we consider that it is very easy. It's already done in any case we know. If we have put a yellow button, that means that we consider that there's a decision to make about this criterion to reach it. And if we have put a red, if we would have put a red point, that would signify that we consider that we are unable to satisfy this this criterion, and you will see that we never put any red point. That means that from my point of view and the point of view of Suela, we are totally able to do that with some decision to make and probably some requirements to achieve, but it seems relatively easy for us to do that within the framework of Transform for Europe. So that would be interesting if each university has its own point of view and share its own point of view about each of these criteria in order to identify the criteria that may be much more difficult than the others to meet. But it seems that we are not so far relatively easily from this criteria for most of the programs and projects that we could propose within the framework of Transform for Europe. Be careful, some criteria are occur 2 times when with different comments. For some criteria, the situation is relatively different for bachelor and master programs than for PhD, concerning specifically the co-evaluation, co-supervision of dissertations. Of course, there are some specificity of the PhD that are not applicable to bachelor and master programs. So we will share this this file with you, and it may be interesting for all of you to look at, to have a look at that and say what each of you, each institution thinks easy to meet, and what may be much more complicated or what may be impossible. It could happen that 1 or 2 criteria may be much more complicated to meet for some institution and easier to others. That's the only thing I wanted to say about that, and probably you could take the time to look at this file and this criteria. For most of you may have done this job probably for their own purpose.
Thank you, Alain. Do you have some questions about this document, or about or maybe suggestions also? I will stop sharing if you need me to share back, so that I can see you. Yeah, no questions, no suggestions or comments. Okay. Crane, you raised your hand, I think.
Yes, sorry, just a quick question. Would it be possible for us to have access? I don't necessarily need the Excel file, just the list of points. It's for a seed funding project we're discussing now, so it's kind of urgent. If it was possible for you to, would it be possible for you to send that or share it with the enrolled people? I don't know.
Yes, of course. We can share all the documents. The list of criteria have been published by European Commission at the end of March. It's at the end of it's one of the index of the document that has been published about joint, a European degree or European degree label. And but we can share it to you and to everyone, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions or comments? Okay, so let's move to the common steps toward the joint programs for our alliance. So we began to work on the toolbox, as I said. We decided to work on guidelines and agreements for double degrees, but it will be evolved to create the joint degrees. We had on March the European degree label criteria. So we will work on the T4U criteria with the document that we will send you, that we presented you, to have the European degree label criteria and the T4U criteria that will have to match. But I think it will be easy to adapt to this criteria. Then we will have the European Commission implementation guidelines for European degree and European degree label, that we will have also to analyze and to discuss, to adapt them to our guidelines. And then we will have to choose between the double degrees or the joint degrees. So in the case of, we can move to the other slide. Yes. In the case of a double degree, there is no need for new accreditation if these are existing degrees that are utilized. Then, if necessary, accreditation may be sought for the European label, and we can have the European degree label as a certificate, an additional certificate that students may have in addition to their double degrees. And in case of joint degree, so yes, we will. In case of a joint degree, it is necessary to define the coordinating institution that will issue the degree. Then this institution must initiate accreditation for the European degree through a national agency, and then we can award a European degree. So these are the common steps that we identified, but it may evolve also depending on the guidelines for the European Commission. If it will, depending also on the time that will take to have these guidelines. According to the European Commission, it will come soon, but if we have them soon, these are the common steps that we will have in our alliance to award European degree or European degree label, and to choose between double degrees or joint degrees. Do you have questions? Alain, if you want to add something about this?
No, nothing to add.
Are there any questions or comments about the choice between joint degree, double degree, and steps towards these implementations? Okay, so if there are no questions, we can move to the presentations of the joint, double, and multiple degrees that have been initiated and that are working within our alliance. So we will have, I think, 5. If some, I think maybe one of our colleagues will be late, or if he can join us. But we will have the presentations of a double degree on aquamatics by Agnieszka Babsinska, and this is a double degree between Vytautas Magnus University and Trieste. We will have the presentation of an EMGM, Digital Creativity and Art and Science European Master by Laurent Potier. It is an EMGM between Jean Monnet University, UCP, and UCIL. And multiple degree international masters in digital communication and cultures in dialogue by Professor Astrid Fellner. It is between University of Saarland, Vytautas Magnus University, and Sofia. Maybe we'll have an MLDM on artificial intelligence by José Garcia between Alicante and Trieste. And we will have the multiple degree on global change and ecology by Giovanni Baccaro, which is a multiple degree between Trieste, UCL, and Vytautas Magnus University. So we will have this presentation, and you can ask questions at the end of each presentation on how they have been initiated, what if you have questions also on the challenges encountered, how they could overcome them, and that's so. Agnieszka, if you want to share your screen to present your double degree.
Yes, thank you. Just one thing I'd like to say before I share maybe. I represent UCL, University of Silesia in Katowice, and the double diploma is organized mainly between Katowice and Vytautas Magnus University, with support from Trieste University.
Oh, yeah.
But I am going to show it exactly in a moment. So now I'll try to share the screen. To share my, maybe here. Oh. Please confirm whether you see my first slide.
Not yet.
Not yet.
No.
Okay, so I try again.
Yes, we can see it.
What about, because I'd like to show it full screen, maybe. Not yet. Not full screen.
We can see it, yeah, we can see your screen. Yeah, your presentation. I'm sorry.
What about now? Sorry, can you see another? Oh no, no! Please let me show it again.
Yes, it's the whole screen. Yeah.
Yes, I'd like it. It would be better. Yeah, probably now you see what I intended to show you. Yes, is it full screen now?
Yes, it is.
Thank you. So I'm happy to show you our double diploma project, but it wasn't prepared within all those criteria that you are describing now, because it wasn't exactly prepared within Transfer from Europe program, but it was financed by our Polish National Agency of Academic Exchange. But nevertheless, we've done our best to prepare a perfect, or at least good enough, double diploma project. And first of all, I must say that it wouldn't be possible without the best ever coordinators from Vytautas Magnus University, Raimundas Baublis. Hello, Raimundas. I think I saw you in this.
Hello, Agnieszka. Thank you.
Thank you. And Giovanni Baccaro from the University of Trieste. He is also present in this meeting. So thank you very much for joining us. I'm not, just to make it short, I just several words about this double diploma project. It's the result of some challenges and needs, and what appeared in our Silesian Water Center that functions in our university, in the University of Silesia in Katowice. It's a team of scientists who cooperate internationally and interdisciplinary with various scientists and various institutions, and we realized that there is a need of to know the principles of rational management of water resources, rational management of water-related environments, protection of aquatic habitats, and so on, especially due to changing climate, especially to global climate changes. And that's why we need specialists to cope with all new challenges in the natural, in the nature, in the environment, in the society and politics, in meteorology, and so on and so on. Thus, we can see the need for specialists who could cope with, well, who would be specialists together in basics of mathematics, physics, chemistry, meteorology, climatology, hydrology, hydrobiology, hydrogeology, ecotoxicology, and so on, just to be aware what to do, how to our science within changing world. And that's why we decided to organize a double diploma program that is multidisciplinary and is based on experiential learning. It means that the students usually join our scientific projects just to see how to work, how to cope, how to act practically, because it's an engineering program. And maybe I should also add it's a master degree. And the novelty I can see, or we can together see in this project, is interdisciplinarity, is the fact that we try to implement project work. Of course, it finishes with double diploma of the University of Silesia and the University of and Vytautas Magnus University in Kaunas. And also it includes 2-semester mobility. Why? Because here you see the curriculum of the project, of the double diploma project, which includes it should look like this. In both universities, we start recruitment of students or candidates at the same time. Then the first semester is realized in each of these, I would say, maternal university, and then all those students come to Poland, where they, among others, they do field practical classes and, of course, many other modules. And then all the group of students of both universities, or recruited in both universities, move to Kaunas, where they spend third semester of the program. And then finally, in the fourth semester, each student is finalizing his diploma thesis in the university where he was recruited, where he started, or she. As I said at the beginning, we also have strong support from University of Trieste, who offered us elective courses. They will be realized online to enrich the offer of the double diploma program for the candidates and finally for the graduates. And I prepared this presentation according to the questions I got in the first email where I was invited to present this. That's why the following slides will respond to the questions that I found in this email. So first of all, 2 things. Collaborative effort. We had at least, as soon as I remember well, 4 in-person meetings. But there were hundreds of emails, hundreds of phone calls, or online meetings just because they were necessary right now. But of course, the in-person meetings were the most efficient, and then we decided on how the curriculum is going to look like, and some other very, very important issues I am going to tell in a moment. But within this project, financed by Polish National Agency of Academic Exchange, we had also, within this task to prepare the double diploma program, we had also a kind of subtask, summer school of aquamatics. And first of all, it was the opportunity to exchange our experience about teaching in the field, and also to find out our common lab techniques and so on. And also, well, it's just to smile for a bit, to check whether we are able to cooperate and to what extent we can combine our experience, our knowledge, our offer. And this test was passed perfectly, and we continued with this double diploma project. And what I want to tell you today, I got the acceptance of the commission of the teaching commission of the University of Silesia for this program. The last step that is ahead, the formal step ahead, is the approval of the Senate of the University of Silesia. And as far as I know, because we managed to exchange this info with Raimundas, also the University of the Vytautas Magnus University is also at exactly the same step. They got the acceptance of the last but one commission before the final approval of the Senate. That's why I use this, I present it as a kind of victory symbol, because we work on this, we've been working on this for 2 years, and finally we overcome some challenges. But finally, as you see, I might say at this point, it's a success now. And there was also the question about key factors contributing to this, to the success of this initiative. First of all, the first one are, I would say, quite obvious, because we very easily or quite quickly understood what's the objective of this project. We quite easily determined what to do to achieve the objectives, and we really understood that it has its aim, it has its purpose, and it's really worth to spend time on this. And we had a very strong will finally to complete the task. But the strongest basis was that there was already a Polish version of this study program. Also, it was a master degree, and it is existing and implemented already in the University of Silesia. Of course, it's not double diploma; it's just the University of Silesia diploma, master studies. So we did not start from the very beginning, from nothing. We started from some shape of this idea of this program, and I think it was much easier because also our partners had some similar programs in their university. So the first step was just to compare, to start with comparing and thinking what can we do together, what can be combined to make another very stable offer for the candidates. And of course, finally, we have developed quite well relationship to cooperate. And what about the challenges? First of all, as always, it was time because especially toward the end of this preparation, we had to follow the deadlines and we managed. And of course, I can expect some future challenges, but I'm going to tell it a little bit later, because there was also another question in the email I'd like to refer to, is the obstacles such as legal and regulatory barriers, curriculum alignment, and so on. So curriculum alignment wasn't the worst, I would say, challenge, because we were managed to cope with this in the first in-person meeting. But then the main point what was a bit troublesome was learning outcomes, because all of you probably know it's a kind of Holy Bible for each program, study program, and they are very strongly regulated, at least in our university. And as it appeared, it was the same in the university, Vytautas Magnus University, because each of those universities have very strong regulations for the learning outcomes. And we spent really long hours on discussing, on thinking about it, because even such small facts as the fact that in our university we've got 3 categories of learning outcomes, and in Vytautas Magnus University there are 5 of them. So we have to try to fit Polish ones together with Lithuanian ones. Then we have to be sure that in our own languages, then translated into English, they bring the same, they have the same meaning. So it was the challenge, but we survived, and we were able to combine these learning outcomes for both universities exactly according to the regulation and according to the new version of developing program. Of course, we had also some, I would say, in comparison with this, it was some minor problems to coordinate the steps that should be made step by step to prepare a new program. Because, for example, if we needed something at this moment, it was necessary a bit later or a bit earlier in the other university. But again, we tried to survive and to cope with this. And also another example, there are sometimes details that differ between the universities, and the problem was, for example, with teachers' CVs that were absolutely necessary in Vytautas Magnus University. And from our experience, it wasn't necessary, so we have to, well, create documents. Sometimes they were ready, but in general, we have to prepare documents that would fit, that would respond to the needs of Vytautas Magnus University needs to prepare the final submission of a new program. And referring to the strategies to overcome the problems, well, they are very, very universal. First of all, we have to discuss a lot. Sometimes sentence by sentence, we have to understand what is the organizational and legal situation in the other university. And as I said, we spent many, many hours on discussing and even more emails to explain everything to each other. And if we decide also that if you are determined to complete the task, there cannot be any unsolvables. You have to solve everything as efficiently as possible. And any problem shouldn't wait until deadline. So we try to sometimes anticipate the problems, but if not, we try to discuss them immediately as they appeared. And of course, in general lessons, if we want to cooperate and we want to reach the goal, we'll probably reach it. And as for the anticipated difficulties and challenges in the future, it's I think it's a general problem in many, many universities. Promotion of the new program and promotion of the recruitment. And also some what ifs appeared during our discussions. For example, what if the recruitment will be successful in one of the universities and the other one will not manage to collect enough candidates? Of course, I can also imagine some other detail problems which usually are solved within within one dean's office. Maybe some questions of candidates of students appear that we haven't discussed yet so far, but I think we've got a very strong background, because what I must stress also, our administration and our office, at least in the University of Silesia, is in general very, very helpful. And I know that I have someone always from different departments to call and ask what to do now. And I must say that I have never been answered, I have no time, ask me later, or don't call me anymore. So I'm very positive. I'm very optimistic about this program. And as I said, we are waiting for the final acceptance. I hope it is going to happen, because I'm not sure, maybe within next week, finally. And then we will have to follow this challenge, how to start promotion, how to start recruitment. But at this moment, at least we fulfill the requirement of this project financed by Polish National Agency of Academic Exchange, which is with its acronym Stronger Together. So I think we are strong enough also to start these studies, and they are going to start not this academic year after the nearest holidays, but next year. So I am ready to answer your question if somebody would like to ask me for something. And of course, I asked Raimundas and Giovanni whether I missed something and they should add to this presentation.
Thank you, Agnieszka, for your perfect presentations. I think it's you mentioned everything what you need, and I haven't to add something more. Of course, everyone should know that in all these projects, there are a lot of obstacles, and we should, as you said and you mentioned, that only in corporations and understanding each other, we can solve all these obstacles, because there are two different countries and there are two different or three different organizations like universities, and they have their own rules, and to fit all these rules, it's quite difficult. But as you mentioned, everything is possible. So thank you, Agnieszka. And if you have questions, somebody have questions, please.
Maybe in the future, if you find something that you'd like to know, and you maybe remember that I was talking about something similar, or even not, just email me or Raimundas or Giovanni. We will then together think for a moment, discuss as usual, and answer.
Thank you very much, Agnieszka, for this.
Thank you.
Very interesting presentation. And yes, I think we will be in touch with you for some advice.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will move to Laurent Potier for the EMGM Digital Creativity, Art and Science European Master.
Okay, thank you. Hello, everybody. But I can share my screen.
Yes.
Okay. So is it okay for you?
Yes, we can see your screen.
So I will present a project that was connected with Université of Silésie, Katowice, with Professor Adrian Robach, with Université Catholique of Porto, with Luis Texera, and myself from UGM. So this is a European Master in Art and Science called Digital Creativity. In recent years, cinema, video games, digital arts and music industries have experienced profound changes linked to the development of technologies, and in particular, the rapid development of artificial intelligence. As a result, the various creative actors in these fields must constantly adapt to the development of increasingly complex tools, offering ever more sophisticated creative possibilities. So the general objective of the Digital Creativity European Master Program is to qualify students at a level of excellence in the fields of new audiovisual media, new technologies in the film industry, music, graphics, artificial intelligence, virtual reality, and their applications in a broad context. Students will acquire new skills and competencies that will drive their innovation in the face of rapid changes in the film and new media markets. So about the mobility, each student will have a first semester at UGM, Jean Monnet Université, inside the music department, the second semester in the Catholic University of Portugal, in the School of Arts in Porto, the third semester in the University of Silésie in Katowice and Szczecin, in Poland. The final semester has to be chosen by the students to work about their master's thesis on audiovisual works. So the objective for students following this training is to become the next generation of creators in these artistic fields, who will have multidisciplinary skills in image, sound, music, video, cinema, computer science, sound and image processing, and digital synthesis, specializing in several of these areas and with a good general knowledge of other areas. They must be able to work collaboratively with professionals from other fields and adapt quickly to developments in digital technologies. This program is connected to existing masters in the 3 universities. At Jean Monnet University, there is a master in the art mention, professional master about contemporary creation and new technologies. In Université Católica in Porto, there is a master in sound and image. And in the University of Silesia, there is a film and television production management master. So about the different campus, in the Silesia University, there are 2 campuses. The first one in Katowice and second in Szczecin, with plenty of infrastructure elements. They benefit through the borrowing process of many units of film equipment located in the Christoph Quilty Film School's warehouse that ensure the high quality of education process. Students could be engaged in the traditional method of film production instructed by the Inner Office of Film for Film Production Technology. The campus of Szczecin is equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, including recording studios, editing laboratories, audiovisual laboratories, and workshop for video games design and graphic atelier. In Saint-Etienne, the student of the Digital Creativity Master course could have access to different premises, 3 computer classroom, a digital audio recording studio, a rehearsal room with octophonic sound system, 5.1 digital audio mixing studio, a shooting room for video reporting, and exhibition and experimentation rooms. We are working at Saint-Etienne with different partners like the Omnibus Studio, Pro Tools analog studio, the Phil, popular music scene, equipped with 2 Pro Tools HD dance studios. We can provide some workshop with the Satis faculty in Marseille, which is the best known audiovisual master program in cinema and audiovisual. The master program can benefit from other partnerships in Saint-Etienne, like the Regional Conservatory of Music and the Contemporary Orchestral Ensemble based on the Saint-Etienne Opera. We have collaboration with GRAM, which is the National Center for Music Creation in Lyon. In Porto, the School of Arts boasts a cutting-edge infrastructure that enhances its student and faculty creative and technical capabilities. There is a 3D computer modeling and animation lab known as Lab Animacho that features 10 high-performance workstations equipped with a lot of equipment. So we have deposited a project in February, and we are now waiting for the result for this project. What can be interesting for the success of our initiative, the selection of instructors for the Digital Creativity Program is based on a commitment to academic excellence and diverse expertise. Notably, the faculty comprises individuals from renowned institutions and industry leaders, ensuring a well-rounded and impactful learning experience for the students. The inclusion is distinguished professionals from various institutions, including SMAC Le Fil, INSA Lyon, INRIA Lyon, that brings a wealth of knowledge in the field of art, science, and technology. Furthermore, the presence of individuals from Satis, Marseille, Ubisoft in Lyon and Montpellier, and composer can enrich the program with industry insights and practical expertise in the realm of films, game production, music composition. In addition, the program benefits from the involvement of professionals from diverse sectors, including VR game production, academia, and advisory roles in organizations like BDO Belgium. This mix of industry practitioners, academics, and advisory experts ensures a comprehensive understanding of the digital creativity landscape. Moreover, including professionals from Netflix, Cinematic VR, and other relevant studios like SSD Studio, DI Factory, and Fixafilm, further strengthens the program's industry connection and aligns the curriculum with current market needs. Visiting professors will enhance the program with diverse perspectives and present industry insights. The Assembly of Instructors for the Digital Creativity Program reflects a commitment to providing students with a diverse, industry-relevant and academically enriching educational experience, preparing them for successful careers in the dynamic field of digital creativity. About the challenge, the main problem can be for students to explore a lot of subjects about creation, image, video, music, computer science, signal processing, that must be mastered in a very short time, 3 semesters. And students will have profiles from various training courses, and therefore with varied backgrounds. Thank you very much. I can answer all questions, and I think my colleagues Adrienne Robach and Luis Texera are online too, if they want to add something.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Laurent, for your quite good presentation about this our new project. But you know, I think you're complete. Say everything that I don't know what we want to say more. You know, I see the problem with the national regulation all the time, and I told that we have some specific area with when we want to create the new faculty for new program. There is a problem, and that's why I ask you everyone to make some Excel sheet, and we need to complete it very carefully. For example, in our country, we have a regulation that we need to have a 5-point ECTS in humanistic or social science in every program. This is one point that we need to care about it. We have a lot of these small things in national regulation, and you may imagine that this is quite complicated when we multiply for our national regulation. This is issue. This is a big issue. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laurent and Adrienne. I see a comment from Luis Texera, who is saying that it was a pleasure working on the proposal and we learned a lot from our partners, Adrienne and Laurent. Okay, thank you, Luis. Are there any questions on this EMGM? So I think we can move to Professor Astrid Fellner for the multiple degree on international masters in digital communication and cultures in dialogue between Saarland, Vitesse Magnus University, and Sofia, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. I have to apologize right away. I hate doing this, but I'm ill prepared. I have to say I do not have a PowerPoint presentation,
It's
and
okay.
I wasn't. It wasn't clear to me. So I'd like to present this program to you and also tell you a couple of things concerning our challenges. Let me start by giving you a small kind of preface to what I'm saying. I believe that last time that this group met, I was invited to present the Joint Masters in Border Studies that I am co-coordinating at my university. So I do have some experience with a Joint Masters program. However, when it now comes to the new program, which we are putting together between Kaunas, my university, and Sofia University, there's new challenges. And I think the big difference is, and I'm still struggling with it, I have to say, is that it's not a kind of bottom-up approach where professors who have known each other for a while and who have collaborated on a specific topic come together and decide that well, since we have researched on this topic, it would be a good idea to now establish a study program. In this case, it has been the other way around, and that is still, I think, a little bit of a problem because I really don't know my colleagues. At Saarland University, the person responsible for the project is myself. I'm currently Dean of Studies. That's the role in which I originally started to become engaged. But then I soon found out that we have to do this program in English. And since I am in English department and I focus on cultural studies, I said, okay, I'll also, try to be the responsible person for the content of this program. My colleague Claudia Polzin-Haumann is also part of the organizational team. However, since she teaches in German and French, her classes will only be offered on an elective basis because we have agreed that our multiple degree program, at least that's what it is at the moment still, should be offered in English. At Sofia University, we have been collaborating with Mila Sarofimova, and I did go, or Claudia and I did go to Sofia to meet Mila and her team because it has been really difficult to talk about content if you don't know what the others stand for, what they do. So the big topic is digital communication, but what we mean by communication, I'm a cultural studies person, so I really needed to go to Sofia to find out that this is a journalism department that they have there and what the colleagues and professors there stand for and what they do. So this has been awfully important for me. I have not had a chance, unfortunately, to visit Kaunas yet. We did have a planned visit, and my colleague Claudia Polzin-Haumann was there last week, I believe. But my visit is still will still happen, I hope, this July, because I think it is important to talk to my colleagues there. There have also been a couple of changes in who's responsible for what, which has also not made our collaboration easy. But we now work very well together with Inesa, who's responsible now for the program, and Christina, who is the one with whom we have collaborated all the time. But in terms of content, I think we still need to talk, because the idea here is to actually create a program that focuses basically on digital media and communication, and also applies theoretical knowledge to the evaluation, as we have it here, of digital society and its transformation. So I think content-wise, the program picks up very much on the key pillars of our Transform for Europe project in general. However, for me personally, a lot of the details are not clear yet. I still think that we need to become a lot more concrete in what we offer. The way in which we have designed our program is that we have the first semester at the University of Kaunas, and there at Kaunas, the focus will be very much on, let me now go through my program here, on social sustainability. And they will offer classes like communication, concept and digital change, analytics, digital governance, law, ethics in the age of artificial intelligence, digital democracy and participation for a sustainable future, resilience and identity in the digital transformation era. So covering a wide spectrum, I would say, in the fields of digital communication, as I've said, and its effect on society, communication, and media ecosystems. So very wide, but I think their focus clearly is on communication, and they operate out of the social sciences. The second semester is where students will have to be at Saarland University. And what we will offer at Saarland University, we are in the faculty of humanities, and the focus at Saarland University will be very much on cultural studies, cultures, that's the cultures of dialogue or cultures in dialogue part, the second part of our program, where we will also focus on media studies, but from a cultural studies perspective, we will also offer language classes. I come out of an English department, so I will throw in a couple of English classes. And then we have a wide spectrum of so-called electives, in which we will offer also classes in gender studies, but also digital linguistics, questions of multilingualism. So I think that complements the program very well. The third semester, the fall semester, then is the semester that Sofia University will be responsible for. And there, as I've said, I was very happy to visit them and to see that this is basically a journalism department with a very strong focus also on communication, media design, digital media in general, news writing. This is where journalism comes in, right? International journalism and digital media. So I think their program is very well aligned with our cultural studies focus. It's Kaunas that I still feel that we need to talk more about and get to the contents. So far we've had a very productive conversations, a lot of conversations, and now we come to the challenges. And I think I can only agree with what's been said before, because of course, you know, we're talking about the same universities, so the same rules apply here. Kaunas already had to have everything ready in January, and they asked for CVs and they asked for all sorts of documents that we at Saarland University do not usually need. But should we really now want to start this master's program next year, by which I mean winter of 25-26, we will have to get documents ready on the German side by this September, because that's when we will have to start our accreditation process. And here I still have a lot of questions because I'm not quite clear on how we go about this. I hope that we will also be able to write all of our documents in English in Lithuania. So we have the language question problem. In Lithuania, they had to write everything in Lithuanian, and now we are waiting for the Lithuanian translation into English for us to become available. And of course, you know, it would be a pity if we then had to translate everything into German. So this question of language, of course, is a tough question. Then we have prepared a list now of very detailed questions, and we hope we'll have this meeting, I believe, next week or in 2 weeks, where we also want to bring together people responsible about different sides, so to speak, where we really talk about the nitty-gritty details of the organization of the semester. Because very similar to what's been said before, I think at Kaunas, both Kaunas and Sofia, they want to teach only 2 classes up front at the beginning of the semester, where students have to be present, and the rest will be taught online. Whereas at Saarland University, I cannot change the classes that we already have and the new classes that we will prepare for this study program, but which will also then be fed into other study or degree programs. So I cannot change it so that we also teach online. Students will have to actually be at Saarland University for a semester. And then in the 3rd semester, I understand in Sofia, they will be there for 2 weeks, and the rest will also be done online. So what we're working on right now is trying to find out how this will actually be something that will appeal to students. You know, who is our target group? Which students could that be? What do we need to think of when we prepare this program now? So we're not quite there with advertising the program, but I mean, in designing the program now, what is it that we need to think of, right? Then, of course, these detailed particularities of each university and each country also, that is something that we still need to talk about, right? So, for instance, the language issue, for instance, the fact that at Saarland University, we work in modules, and we have to, you know, if you just look at the way in which we have prepared our program, our 30 credit points, it looks in terms of layout and organization, it looks different from what the other universities have. So somehow we need to bring that into a dialogue. And that's where we need help, because it's the first time that I am now working with these 2 universities. And I think we can learn from each other, because of course we're all here in the same boat, so to speak, because we're working with Sofia, with Kaunas. So I think it would be great if we could share these questions and find out how you have answered them. It doesn't make sense if I now have a question that I identify as a challenge, and I try to find the answer, and I then realize that, oh, you know, the other group has actually had the exact same problem. It would be nice to see, you know, this is how the other program has actually dealt with this issue. So if you want to, at some point when our list is ready, our questions, you know, maybe we could share that and see how we can help each other. I think I'll leave it at this point, because I could go on forever now, coming up or telling you the many questions that we have. But as I've said, I think this is better something to be shared than talked about here in this at this very moment here. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much for this presentation. Very useful presentation, and this is exactly the aim of this workshop, is to have questions that maybe other groups have the answers for. So I would like you to have this list that I will share with everyone, and maybe we can have a team working on this this kinds of matters. Yeah, thank you very much.
I can send it to you if you want, Suela. I have it.
Thank you, Adele. Are there questions to Professor Astrid Fellner? No, if there are no questions, maybe we can move to the presentation of the MLDM on artificial intelligence. If Jose Garcia is here, it's between Alicante and Trieste. Thank you. Hello.
I'm here. I will try to share. Let me see. No. Mm. Can you see now the presentation?
Yes, we can see yours.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is very, very brief from my side. This I agree with most of the comment of my colleagues. Just for the context, it's not MLDM. This is the master, the dual master we are working now with Jean Monnet Saint-Etienne. The master with Trieste is the master from the Trieste side is data science and artificial intelligence, and from Alicante side is artificial intelligence. This master is already running, so we are like affecting students from Trieste in next semester. So we have made a great effort. We have changed our master in Alicante to English just for the T4E, and so this is a question of trust or flexibility, because our master is 1 year master and Trieste master is 2 years. And it happened the same with Saint-Etienne. In this case, the idea is to get to students both master, Trieste and Alicante, and to create a joint diploma. This diploma won't have any European recognition, but we like discard the possibility of joint master, because at least from Spain side, it's really, really complicated to manage this. So it's a question of fastness. So we needed to create this master like fast. I think we have only a face-to-face meeting with Luca Burtolozzi, and I think they were feeling, and it was really, really fast. So the idea of the master is to create a program committee. In fact, the program committee will decide about anything related with the master. But in fact, with Saint-Etienne, the idea will be not to have or to have very light program committee, because in fact it's a double degree. So each university offer their own subjects. We have decided a table of matching with the courses in both universities. In the case of Trieste, for us in Alicante, it will be much difficult for us to send students, because it's like our students will finish Spain master, and then we will need to spend one extra semester plus present the final master project. So we don't expect to be so successful related with our students, and we have been dealing with Erasmus possibilities, because once they have finished the master, in theory they cannot use Erasmus. So we will try to use Erasmus practice. But in this first year, we don't have candidates to send. We will expect more successful with Saint-Etienne in this side, because in Saint-Etienne we have been very flexible, and our students we will spend the second semester in Saint-Etienne. I think we will have more candidates in this case. So the idea is to have only one final master project, and recommendable is the cost supervision, because we don't think that it's a good idea to have two different final master projects. And in this case, our final master project is only 9 credits, but in the case of Trieste or Saint-Etienne, they have 30 credits. But I think in this case, it's not a question of credits. I think it's a question of the quality of the final master projects, and the idea is to have a joint jury to assess the quality of the final master projects. So I think this is very specific and not very important for other attendants, but we have tried to make the general match between the courses in Alicante and Trieste, and we decide which courses should take students from Trieste coming to Alicante, or a student to Alicante going to Trieste. So yeah, this is in general our presentation. I don't know if you have any questions.
Thank you, Jose, very much for this presentation. Are there any questions on this double masters?
Yeah, only to mention that we have the same legal problems sometimes. This is the hot topic, I think, in all the agreements.
Yes. Yes, Astrid.
I have a question. I'm not sure I understood this. You spoke about Erasmus what was it exactly? How you want to finance the stay abroad? Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, in general, we have the Erasmus agreement with both universities. We already signed the Erasmus agreement with all the universities in the Alliance, in the T4E Alliance. And the problem with Erasmus is that our students, we have only 1 year. With Spain, we have the 4+1, bachelor of 4 years and master of 1 year. So in this case, so our students cannot access to the mobility, Erasmus mobility, because when it is supposed that the ideal is second semester, but we have only 1 year. So they cannot have access to this mobility with Trieste. So in Trieste, they have 2 years, and our students have to spend the first semester or the second year, but we don't really have 2 years. So since our students have finished our master here, we cannot use the typical Erasmus studies, and we can go for the Erasmus with practice. In this case, Erasmus with practice allow students that have already finished, but they are in the next months after finish the master. So this is the only possibility. We don't have candidates this year because it's not so attractive for our students to spend 1 year after, because they already have the Spanish diploma. And in fact, in Spain, probably some of them have enrolled in the PhD. So it's not so easy. We have many students in our case and from our side are already working, because like artificial intelligence and technology in general, all of them are working from the probably first year in the bachelor. So it's not easy in this way. With Saint-Etienne, but we are like finishing the double degree with Saint-Etienne as well. In this case, it will be easier because Saint-Etienne had been really flexible and allow our students to spend second semester, and will recognize the 2 years, assuming that our students are studying in the bachelor for 4 years.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for this presentation. Important information also to have about our university for the future double degrees or joint degrees to create. Last presentation is from Giovanni Baccaro on global change ecology. If he's still there.
Hi, good evening, and nice to meet you and see you, everyone. Yes, I'm Giovanni from University of Trieste, but today is also present Professor Marcin Lipovcan, because he is the coordinator of the proposal in global change ecology that we submitted few months ago to the Erasmus Mundus. I'm also sorry that probably we didn't prepare anything, but we didn't know of this meeting until Friday. So I got a message from our coordinator, Silvia, on Friday, and I just called Marcin today. So really sorry for this. But let's say, I think
Don't worry, Giovanni. I have prepared a few slides just to have to thank.
Thank you, Marcin. Thank you very much for your efficiency. Then
this is a perfect collaborative work and a perfect image of the collaborative work.
Okay, so the floor is yours. Thank you, Marcin.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Giovanni, for introduction. And I'll share the screen. I have few slides. I've just prepared them right now. So first of all, can you see the screen?
Yes, this is your
Okay.
screen, yes.
So first of all, I would like to say that we have many discussions, plenty of discussions in the frame of the T4E project before we established our team. So I don't know, we have discussed around 2 years, and of course we haven't enough time to apply for Erasmus Mundus joint master program. And we decided to change it into design measure, but of course just to enlarge the time that we can fix the program. So that's the results of our discussions. I just present 3 of us. So Angelica, I don't know how to spell it. Maybe Raimundas can spell it in the proper way. I would say Duterte. From Vytautas Magnus University. Dotarte. Yeah, thank you, Raimundas. And Giovanni Baccarov from University of Trieste, and me from University of Silesia. And we decided to do something in environmental transformation, because there was a task about this environmental path. And we decided to do something in ecology and sustainability of global changes. That's the title of our proposal. And we started to think, what can we do, what can we provide best from our units, from University of Trieste, Vytautas Magnus University, and our Silesian University. And we sketched something like proposal for our course, master course, and we divided into 4 semesters, because in all of our units the master course is split into 4 terms. And of course, in the first term we wanted to do something common for all students. Then we wanted to provide mobility for the students, and we just let the students to choose which units they would like to study. For example, in University of Silesia, or in Trieste, or in Kaunas, in Vytautas Magnus University. Then we, of course, wanted to provide summer school for the students, and in the third term, we wanted to make some specialization tracks, which are in University of Silesia. It is life in post-industrial era or epoch, because we have an experience in this area. In University of Trieste proposed an economical and social and environmental pillars of sustainability. And Vytautas Magnus University suggested that they would like to teach natural resources and sustainability. And the last term we left for the master thesis and internships and laboratory works in the units there, which students will choose. And of course, after this 4 terms, they will be graduated. The detailed program is in Excel file, and of course I'm not going to present it whole, because it doesn't make sense. If you want, I will share with you the file, and you can see what is hidden in this sketch that I presented here before. And of course, that's the detailed information. If anybody wants, I will share the file with you. And then, of course, we assumed a mobility for the students. As you see, we have some few paths which students can choose. If they start, for example, in our university, in Silesian University, then in the second term they will travel to University of Trieste, and then to Vytautas Magnus University. And then the last term where they are going, when they should write their master thesis, they can choose in which university they would like to finish their study. So that's the mobility. And of course, we didn't have enough time, as I said before, because we started and with the program writing, and of course the administrative problems appeared, and then we didn't have enough time. We just had a draft in the end of the Transfer for Europe program, the first term, and then we decided to apply in I have it somewhere here, in Erasmus Mundus design measure, just to have one more year to organize all the details which are challenging because all units have different regulations and the rules, and we have to somehow unify it. And we applied for it, and we are waiting. Actually, it's our application form, and we are waiting for the result of the call. So hopefully it will be, I don't know, it should be in, we applied it was in February, so I think soon we will have a decision, and we will see how to look in the future. So that's all. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, then please.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Are there any questions? Yeah, very interesting presentations. Yes, Crane, do you have a question for our colleague?
I'm sorry, I wanted to understand, when you presented the slide on the mobility schemes, students actually are able to follow their semesters in different institutions in pretty much any order, or was that the working analysis stage before you decided on your final project?
So I will show you this screen, this slide again, and of course, yes, I think it's somewhere. Sorry. Yeah, here is the mobility plan. So, for example, if the students can choose where they would like to start, in University of in Silesia, or in the University of Trieste, or in Vytautas Magnus University. After that's dependent on the student's choice. Then they have a path until the third semester, the third term, and then they can choose again. So that's the idea of this sketch, this mobility plan.
But if they were to do the semester in VMU in the first semester or the third semester, would they be taking the same classes, the same courses?
Yes. So it's that's a good question. Actually, they can learn the same in each. For example, if we have this in the University of Silesia, for example, we have this post-industrial epoch and the classes in this area. But of course, first they have to have the common basics, and it can be taught in all units.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Laurent, you raised your hand. I think. Yes. There is a question from Laurent Potier. No. Are there other questions?
on the subject. So, if there are no more questions, this presentation concludes our today's workshop. So thank you very much for everyone for your active participation and very interesting discussions and presentations. For this workshop, we collected very important information regarding the implementation of joint programs and the challenges in their implementation. Thanks again for all the program coordinators who took time to present these joint programs within the Alliance. I assume that this will be very useful for us and inspiring also to design our guidelines, our T4U guidelines for the implementation of joint programs and also for creation of new programs. You will receive the minutes soon and also all the documents that we shared. Thank you to the coordinators to share the documents also with me or with your university coordinators, but we have to share them with every participant. And I have already received the list of questions of Dr. Professor Astrid Fellner. Thank you, Adele. I will share it also with you. And if you have advices or comments or other questions, maybe we can gather all these questions and then share them with everyone to have inputs on this subject. So this is a collaborative workshop, and we will have also other workshops to analyze the documents also that I will share with your institutions to see whether we match with the criteria for the European degree or not. And also the guidelines will be shared so that we can also advance in our future implementations of joint programs within the T4U Alliance. So thank you again, everyone, for your participation, and see you soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Stella, for the organization.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.